Yo, how's it? I'm gonna chat about why sage. I'm using black sage today. My bad for the delay and the absence. I went to upgrade my phone because my phone died out on me, and then AT&T couldn't get my service back on for like 4 days. So, yeah, that's what I was dealing with. And then my birthday was on the 14th, so I get very reflective around my birthday and solar return time. So yeah, just going with the motions of life and things of that nature. But yeah, welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you've been here before. I pray you all are well. And yeah, let's get into the reading. I got this Jungian architect or oracle deck that I'm going to use, and I will be using the guidebook. So if you don't want to hear me or wait for me to read the description from the book, that's totally fair. Feel free to fast forward. But I do like some of the descriptions in this oracle deck, and I cleaned up a lot of my decks on here, so if I step away to grab a deck, that is because I've put it away. All right, but right now I do have my Jungian oracle deck, my Healing Waters oracle, and then my tarot deck right here. So yeah, like I said, I pray you all are well. Can't believe January is like halfway through, but yeah, let's get it. 1:33 when I said that. Message from me to me. What does the collective need to know right now? What does the collective need to know right now? And again, remember, I'm a part of the collective as well, so I tend to forget that sometimes. But yeah, I'm definitely a part of the collective. Okay, the Warrior 11, and I've been channeling or like getting messages about warriors. Like my eyes were drawn to this quote I have over here, and it says, let me grab it because it's too far. I might need glasses. Let's see. All right. Took it off the wall. This isn't going to stick anymore, but a warrior knows how to balance being proactive with simply being. Warriors are not born, we are made. Okay, that's something I look at almost every time I come in this room. And the message holds true, right? Warriors aren't born, we're made. We're made by going through trials and tribulations, by going through things that develop our character. Let's pray that this year is not a character development year for a lot of us because, you know, I know a lot of us went through a lot last year. So, you know, I don't feel we're excluded from the lessons when it comes down to certain things. But 15, the allies, 6 could be significant. Also 2 could be significant because the 11. All right, the allies. So maybe you have an ally in your corner right now, or maybe you're rediscovering who is an ally in your corner, like an actual true ally in your corner. Okay, the wise old man, maybe, and the tricksters on the bottom. So the wise old man, maybe it's a wise old man. 28, 10 could be significant. So again, this is a 1 year or 10 year coming up for the Lunar New Year, and that the Lunar New Year is due to, well, it goes all February, but February 17th is when it officially is the year of the horse, okay? And I've been seeing a lot of messages online about uncoiling from the snake in order for the fire horse to persist through, okay? So, what the hell? Okay, this is crazy. This was in Spanish, LOL. I like saw some of the words. I know some of the words, but I was like, wait, that ain't English. All right. So it says, under the skies of the of fathers and slaughterers who wrote the first laws, lived the souls with steady gaze and pointed heavy hearts, stable in the beginning as well as in the going. With metal, they trace out paths in the sand that industriously covers the traces in the earth, hardened by the sun, and in the stone made firmer by divine work. And again, I feel like that goes along with us not being excluded from any lessons in life, right? And that's a part of the divine work. Okay? Iron recounts boundaries, recounts cages, and lives divided by the shadows of the ogre. The soul that regulates and defends has the color of the yellow gold of command, the silver of falling ages, the bronze of little value, the black iron of congealed blood. Eye without eyelid, waking life without night, The warrior defends the luminous gates of the intellect and the red gates of the heart and the smoky, misty thresholds of unconscious without name and boundary. Leader and guide, the world and the herds. He excludes the oblivious of measure and laws. The stone is an arm that saves, a wall that divides and defends. The stone is a landing place without uncertainty. The stone born dry and humorless, the sister of justice and equity. If distant from the moving wind and the water that nourishes and refreshes all things, is the soul of those who refuse tenderness, understanding, and tolerance. And the quote under here says, "The law without humanity is a weapon for those who fear the fall." Whew, that was heavy, okay? And again, I really like the part where it says, "The soul that regulates and defends has the color of the yellow gold of command, the silver of falling ages, the bronze of little value, and the black iron of congealed blood." All right, eye without eyelid. So, in my opinion, to me, you're cutting through these things in your life, whatever it may be. You're cutting through certain things in your life as a warrior, right? And you, let me see. Landing place without uncertainty. The stone born dry and humorless, the sister of justice and equity. So you could be getting justice in a certain situation that's coming up for you. And the law without humanity is a weapon for those who fear the fall. So you're being asked not to fear the fall when it comes to this next part of your journey, whatever that may be, whatever you're cutting through as the warrior of your life, okay? And the ally, along familiar paths and by different and mysterious routes, is the magical journey of the soul, which is born in the light, descends, dies, and routes its way back to heaven. The will is the way of the heroic soul, an impetuous that defies limits and dissolves the boundaries that the gods set between the ordinary and extraordinary, a restless force that produces monsters and wonders. So again, that's the second time we've seen boundaries. So something about boundaries is definitely coming up for real. Every journey has its people, every hero his ally, a soul that helps and holds, a soul that supports the luminous journey. The ally is revealed in all its light in the oblique path of the thresholds. When the downward trials confuse the gaze and at the same time the confidence, the ally, a clear spirit and more patient than hope. The last goddess to leave the body before the end, supports the bow, arms the arm, shields the heroic soul with its own I don't know how to say that. Simulacrum. Okay, I'm done saying that word now. The star of sacrifice generates him. Temperance molds his body, slow and resistant. Vulcan tempers him with mallet. The warrior soul raises him to the ideal. So does the great mother and the guardian angel. The wise soul finally initiates him to the contempt of death, the last destination for a new bright beginning. Those who enlighten a hero also reveal his shadows. So again, I feel like you are in the thick of it, like you're in dark, you're ready to give up, but then at some point an ally comes along. Now the song Mariah Carey, Hero, is just popping into my head, right? And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on. When you cast your fears aside and you know you can't survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong. And you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. So I feel like you are going to be the hero of your own story. But sometimes it's difficult to get through that when you're in isolation, when you're by yourself in these scenarios. And this ally is going to come along that's more patient than hope. The last goddess to leave the body before the end, supports the bow, arms the arm, okay? Shields the heroic soul with its own simulacrum. I wish I knew how to say that word. I'm going to look it up after this. But yeah, so again, this person is going to fight to the death for you, right? And that, I feel like that's initiates him to the contempt of death, the last destination for a new bright beginning. So a new bright beginning is on the horizon when it comes to this. And I like how in these two cards you can see somewhat of the same. I don't know if that's a moon or a sun, but it's a very similar looking thing. These cards are really creepy. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, sometimes this is why I don't like using them, because yeah, anyway. All right, the wise old man. When the dust of battle rises from the ground and blurs in red smoke, iron horses and men, and the fates of war are uncertain, the throne is firm within the high walls. So the ancient soul, slow stronghold of knowledge and strength, defends the hero advancing on his journey from the incessant merry-go-round of events. Again, you could feel like, and that's funny that a merry-go-round is coming up, because I was just picturing a merry-go-round when I was listening to Experience. Oh my God. By, why am I blanking on his name right now? To experience, to be taken for a ride. Yeah, so and I was just picturing like a merry-go-round because they talk about being a clown in that song, right? I know it's not my foolish pride. So don't let your pride get in the way of certain things when it comes to allies coming towards you, or when it comes to something coming to you, some new beginning coming to you slower than you imagined, right? Okay, let's see. And you're going to be the hero of your life, right? There's no one's coming to save you. In him lives Saturn, king of time, who regulates crops and riches. Constancy, loyalty, and the science are his companions. Okay, so maybe an event is significant, time is significant, maybe your money, maybe you're about to see an influx of money, right? Because lives in Saturn, king of time, who regulates crops and riches. Saturn just did something. Yeah. Don't quote me on that. All right, the shining Synex is a mentor guide in the narrow passages in the descent into the hot dark belly of the volcano, infinite forge to useful artifacts. When the shadows embrace the world without light, the dark and melancholic Synex advances alone, rigid and evil, terrified of the future and of the losing power, and so the king, unable to leave the firm throne, devours his own children. The Synex dark is the mortal experience he has lived through and wronged, and the soul that does not scourge itself with severity but feels compassion for itself. Knowledge is guidance, knowledge is strength, knowledge without heart is power fever. The good mentor recognizes the boundaries of his knowledge. And again, boundaries again for the third time. So know the boundaries of your knowledge, right? Like don't allow things to not allow you to see a bigger picture. Yes, like not even about seeing a bigger picture, but be knowledgeable. Allow yourself to be able to expand in certain knowledges and things that you think you may know about, but also again remember to listen, because we don't know everything. The moment I feel like we think we know everything is the moment I feel like we're just not teachable. And in order to remain teachable, we have to remain pliable. Like we have to be able and to be willing to want to learn new things, or want to hear someone else's perspective of something maybe we know a little bit about. But again, we can sit there and also listen to someone else's perspective on what those things mean. Okay, so 9 of Wands, strength, support, boundaries. Okay, so again, and that came out for the warrior. So there's a warrior that's coming up in your life that's going to be an ally to you, whether that's a wise old man, or I don't know why at the top this says labor on there on the eye, 1333 when I look up. Okay, so maybe this has to do with work. I won't know until we pull some more. All right, so please clarify the ally. But something is definitely coming your way. You're needing to release the past, what you've been through. You're needing to release the darkness. Again, we are always dark and light. There's no way we're not always dark and light. Those energies, are just always within us, right? There's no way to rid ourselves of all the darkness. Like that's not possible, because we are yin and yang balance of those things, right? 8 of Pentacles, okay, boom. So again, with the education, so after your hard work, you are going to receive the results that you're looking for, right? You're going to get some kind of achievement for this. You see, she's a beekeeper, right? Maybe you're a beekeeper. Maybe you have some of those beekeeper boxes, right? Those things are so neat. All right, on the bottom, Page of Wands. Again, communication, good news. Okay, so you have some communication coming in and some good news related to the hard work that you've been putting in to get to where you're going. Yes? And you are going to get the results that you're looking for, or the honey, so to speak. Oops, okay, hold on. Okay, 4 cards flipped over. The moon is on the bottom again with the shadows coming up. Dreams, intuition. So listen to your dreams and intuition. I feel like my dreams have been super trippy the last couple of nights. There is a new moon tomorrow, but the new moon energy is still relevant right now, right? Like the moon's energy is usually relevant 3 days before and 3 days after, and it's not like we don't always feel. One card. The Emperor just showed up. Okay, so maybe this is an Emperor stepping into your life. Maybe this is the relationship you've always been looking for. You know, it just depends. Apply it to where it resonates. 2 of Swords, okay? You have a choice and a decision to make. Are you willing to stay stuck to where you're at right now? Or are you willing to release your 9 of Wands burdens and let go of the things that you have behind you? Because again, these wands are behind her and she's holding on to that last one in this picture, right? So you're being asked to let go of something in order to gain your success, in order to gain knowledge and understand the lesson of what you just went through, right? And in this 2 of Swords, she's blindfolded. I don't know if that's every 2 of Swords, if that's the case. But in this 2 of Swords, she's blindfolded, yes? So you can't really see where you're going, but you also have to have an idea of where you want to go, right? I'm not saying you know the future, and you don't be so rigid as to stick exactly to what you say, you know what I mean? Like, again, be pliable, be movable, be adaptable. Like there's always room for movement if you stay and remain adaptable, okay? Let's see, the Devil, okay? Desire, obsession, shadow again, okay? So I feel like you're obsessing over whether or not you've healed your shadow side, yes, or whether you've integrated your shadow side. And again, this looks like a similar chick in these in the 2 of Swords and in the Devil card, okay? The Devil card isn't always it's not representative of a bad card, right? And there is a snake on this Devil card, okay? So I feel like that represents the previous year, right? Last year, you were so focused on your desires and you were obsessing over your fears and your shadows, and you weren't willing to let yourself see the light, just like it was talking about in the Warrior and the Ally card, right? Wise old man or whoever they may be is coming along to let you know and to give you knowledge that if you let go of what you've been holding on to so tightly and been bound to like a snake, right? Snakes tend to tighten up or constrict when they're on you. You are going to see the results you want, okay? And again, 7 of Pentacles here, okay? Again, with the goals, potential, and success. It is time for you to invest in your own success. Maybe gardening significance. She has a shovel right there, okay? And it looks like Jack and the Beanstalk there, right? I don't know why I thought of that, but there's like a huge stalk on the side of her, okay? So, again, your potential and success... Nope, too many cards. Your potential and success is this sunshine right here, right? You are the light. I need you to remember that. I really, really do, okay? Because, again, the more the Devil energy tries to creep in, and again, not always a negative energy. Scorpio could be significant, all right? And then Death, okay? You are going through a rebirth right now. High Priestess on the bottom, okay? You're going through a transformation, again, with the new beginnings on here. And endings, change. Something has to change and transform and end before you're able to get to the next level, so to speak, of your life, right? That's just not possible to move forward while carrying old baggage. What did it say? It's a lot. Hold on, I have a quote right here. Shit. Yo, if I could go a day without hitting one of my legs on something, that would be the day. All right, it is impossible to get better and look good at the same time, okay? So that's just, I mean, you know, and if we really break down that quote, it's impossible to get better and look good at the same time, right? So getting better, it gets messy, right? Because we're starting things or we're doing things or we're getting knowledge on things that we don't really know anything about. This smoke is really getting in my face. So that's crazy because this is dragon's blood and sage incense. All right. So we're not going to look better or perfect or good at what we're doing when we're trying to change from good to better, right? I feel like, if that makes sense. And I hope that does make sense. But yeah, so it's impossible to look good, even going from whatever that quote said, you know. Sorry, I'm a little distracted right now, but yeah, it's impossible to look good when we're focused on how it used to look, how things used to be. And again, how it used to be, they could be happy times, absolutely. It doesn't mean you have to erase your memory of those things. Like that's not the case. You don't have to erase your memory of the good times you had, but remember, there is a reason you have moved on and moved forward from these things, yes? Because maybe it just didn't serve you anymore, right? There was something about it that just It served your shadow. It served your fears. It fed your fears. It's fed your indecision. It fed the person that you no longer want to be. Because again, the only question I'm asking myself this year is, does this serve the life and love that I say that I want? Right? That's the only question I'm asking myself this year, okay? So please clarify this spread. We got 20 minutes on the clock. All right, please clarify this spread. Holy shit. Maybe less cards, please, because that's like a quarter of the deck. All right. Please clarify this spread. What is energy collective needs to know or be aware of right now? I'm really drawn to this devil card, and I feel like it's because it has the snake on it, right? Because again, last year was the year of the snake. Well, it's still technically the year of the snake if you're going by the lunar calendar, which those are, because that's a Chinese zodiac, yes? Okay, gentle force, consistency, persistence, patience, the long game. And again, with the patience, right? The temperance, okay? You're being asked to go within. You see this girl, she's holding the orb or the crystal, whatever it is, to herself. She's in like a cave by herself. Gentle force, you're asking to be a gentle force, not to be reckoned with, yes? So your consistency and your persistence, the long game, remember, it's chess, it's chess, not checkers, right? So life is about the long game. And I feel like we can tend to forget that when we are so trapped in our trivial day-to-day lives, when things look and appear in the 3D level like they're not changing, like nothing is moving as quickly as we'd hoped. And I'm guilty of that as well. Like, I'm very guilty of that. 2134, when I said that, it reminded me of 1234. So that could be significant as well. And again, that's ascending. So I feel like something is definitely about to change. Beneath the surface, what is really driving you? The motives, breaking free. Again, with the breaking free, yes? So we're breaking free of mindsets. And I like how her hands are as well in this picture. It's like she's releasing things up to the heavens, up to the great creator, for what she wants to be, right? Because she's looking beneath the surface. She's trying to understand, again, applied as it resonates, boy, girl, indifferent. What is really driving you? What are your true motives? And again, is this serving the life you say you want to live? And is this love a part of the life or the love you say you want as well, right? Beneath the surface, okay? And this high priestess card is really getting me too, because this also looks like, yep, there's a snake on here too. Jeez Louise. Again, with the dreams, okay, and wisdom and inner voice. So your spirit world is shouting right now. It is very much shouting. Third eye chakra is standing out to me here. She's got like an evil eye, third eye on her third eye. That's what I was going to say, bro. I got to finish the rest of my coffee. All right. Mother of the salt waters, passion, wild love, open your heart, let love in. Okay. So whatever you focused on last year when it comes to holding on to your shadows, what comes to holding on to what no longer serves you, it is trying to be forced out of your life in a way that is going to make you very uncomfortable, but it's trying to teach you that it's okay to let go, even if those memories did make you happy, even if that person did make you happy, even if that job made you happy. Yes, there is another possibility, because both things can be true at once, right? So what is really driving you? And then passion, wild love, open your heart, let love in came up. So allow your passions to drive you. Obviously, I know we do have to be realistic with certain things, and that's okay, right? But being realistic only gets us so far, especially when it comes to being a dreamer. And again, dreams is coming up heavy in this reading right now. So metamorphosis, embrace transformation. Things are now different. Again, this is what I've been talking about this whole reading, so it's crazy that came up. All right, things are now different, and they can't go back to being the same when things are different, right? And once you consciously know and understand and gain the spiritual knowledge that things are different than they were before, you can't go back. And why would you want to? You know what I mean? You are being ascended to a higher level of being, to a higher level of life, to a higher level of light. When that comes to love, career, work, creativity, all the things, like, you are being ascended way higher than you are feeling like you are at right now. Clear waters, clear vision, confirmation, right timing, opportunity. Need I say more? Boom. All right, I pray that helped you all. And again, it looks like some saint in this picture, so maybe saints are significant. Oh, it looks like there's a turtle here. Maybe turtles are significant. So this clear vision and this confirmation is coming to you, and that's if and when you pay attention to the creator themselves, okay? And that's if and when you open your heart to the opportunities and the right timing that's coming towards you, okay? Do not wallow in self-doubt, especially when it comes to love and fear trying to keep you stuck when it comes to love, because love wants to come in your life in every way, shape, and form. Love, career, etc., like I said. Okay, so allow these things to be your ally. Allow the divine to be your ally. Allow your warrior spirit to put down its guard, to engulf you in the love and the life that you're asking for and what you deserve. All right, I pray this helped, and I'll see you soon. Peace.